According to the National Electrical Code, Section 410.16 requires luminaires to be installed in a manner that minimizes the possibility of their detachment from the supporting surface. This is a general requirement emphasizing the importance of secure and stable lighting installations. Specifically, Section 410.16c addresses the installation of recessed luminaires in suspended ceilings. The code dictates that the luminaire shall be secured to the T-bar frame or crossbars with screws or clamps. This means the Hihat or recessed light fixture needs to be physically attached to the metal grid of the suspended ceiling, not just resting on the ceiling tile. The luminaire shall be supported by a clearly identified and securely fastened support system. The support system shall be capable of supporting the luminaire without causing significant deflection, distortion, or disengagement. This implies that the T-bar grid itself must be robust enough to handle the weight of the fixture. If the existing grid is not strong enough, additional support might be needed. Therefore, it is not acceptable to suspend a Hihat fixture by the ceiling tile only. The ceiling tile is not designed to bear the weight of the fixture, and relying on it could lead to the fixture falling, posing a safety hazard. The Hihat fixture must be secured to the T-bar frame or crossbars in accordance with the NEC. This ensures that the fixture is properly supported and will not detach from the ceiling. Additional considerations include carefully following the manufacturer's installation instructions. These instructions often provide specific details on how to properly secure the fixture to the T-bar grid and may include information on any additional support that is required. If the T-bar ceiling is not sufficiently steady to provide adequate support, additional support measures may be required, such as framing or blocking. This might involve adding additional metal supports or wooden framing above the ceiling to reinforce the grid. All electrical connections must be made in accordance with the NEC and the manufacturer's specifications. This includes using the correct wire size, connectors, and grounding techniques. Ensuring proper electrical connections is crucial for preventing electrical shocks and fires. In summary, installing Hihat fixtures in suspended ceilings requires careful attention to the NEC and the manufacturer's instructions. The fixture must be securely attached to the T-bar grid, and the grid must be strong enough to support the weight of the fixture. Never rely on the ceiling tile alone to support the fixture. Proper installation ensures safety and compliance with the electrical codes. To reiterate the key points, firstly, always consult NEC Section 410.16 for general requirements on luminaire installation. Secondly, pay close attention to NEC Section 410.16c when installing recessed luminaires in suspended ceilings. Thirdly, secure the luminaire to the T-bar frame or crossbars with screws or clamps. Fourthly, ensure the support system is capable of supporting the luminaire without significant deflection. Fifthly, never suspend a Hihat fixture by the ceiling tile only. Sixthly, carefully follow the manufacturer's installation instructions. Seventhly, reinforce the T-bar ceiling if it is not sufficiently sturdy. Eighthly, make all electrical connections in accordance with the NEC and the manufacturer's specifications. By following these guidelines, you can ensure a safe and code-compliant installation of Hihat fixtures in suspended ceilings. It is important to note that the NEC is a comprehensive document, and it is always recommended to consult the latest edition for the most up-to-date information. Additionally, it is advisable to consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns about electrical installations. The information provided here is for general guidance only and should not be considered a substitute for professional advice. The purpose of these code requirements is to safeguard people and property from hazards arising from the use of electricity. Compliance with the NEC is essential for ensuring electrical safety. In the context of Hihat fixture installation, the potential hazards include the fixture falling from the ceiling, electrical shock, and fire. By following the code requirements, these hazards can be significantly reduced. The proper selection of materials is also crucial for a safe and compliant installation. Use only listed and labeled electrical components that are appropriate for the intended application. This includes the Hihat fixture itself, the wiring, the connectors, and any support hardware. Ensure that the wiring is of the correct gauge for the circuit and that it is properly insulated. Use only approved connectors for making electrical connections. When securing the Hihat fixture to the T-bar grid, use screws or clamps that are specifically designed for this purpose. Avoid using makeshift methods or materials, as these may not provide adequate support. Grounding is another critical aspect of electrical safety. Ensure that the Hihat fixture is properly grounded in accordance with the NEC. This will help to protect against electrical shock in the event of a fault. The grounding conductor should be connected to the grounding terminal on the fixture and to the building's grounding system. Regular inspections of electrical installations are also important for maintaining safety. Check the Hihat fixtures periodically to ensure that they are still securely attached to the T-bar grid and that there are no signs of damage or deterioration. If any problems are found, they should be corrected immediately. It is also important to keep the area around the Hihat fixtures clear of obstructions. Do not store anything on top of the fixtures or in a way that could block ventilation. Overheating can damage the fixtures and create a fire hazard. In conclusion, installing Hihat fixtures in suspended ceilings requires careful planning, proper materials, and adherence to the NEC. By following the guidelines outlined in this discussion, you can ensure a safe and code-compliant installation that will provide years of reliable service. Remember to always prioritize safety and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any doubts. This will help to protect yourself, your family, and your property from the hazards of electricity. The NEC guidelines are in place for very good reason. They take into account numerous factors which would be difficult for the average layperson to understand. These guidelines include, but are not limited to, wire insulation and thickness based on ampacity, box fill calculations to prevent overfilling of electrical boxes, proper grounding and bonding techniques, separation of low voltage and high voltage wiring, and the use of appropriate overcurrent protection devices such as circuit breakers and fuses. Each of these aspects plays a crucial role in preventing electrical hazards. The NEC is updated regularly to reflect changes in technology and best practices. It is important to stay informed about the latest edition of the NEC and any local amendments that may be in effect. Local building codes may also have additional requirements for electrical installations. Be sure to check with your local building department to ensure that your installation complies with all applicable codes. When working with electricity, always take precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Turn off the power to the circuit before working on any electrical equipment. Use insulated tools and wear rubber gloves and eye protection. Never work on electrical equipment when you are wet or standing in water. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the job. It is always better to be safe than sorry when it comes to electricity. A professional electrician has the knowledge, skills, and experience to perform electrical work safely and in accordance with the NEC. They can also help you to identify and correct any existing electrical hazards in your home or building. Investing in professional electrical services can save you time, money, and potential hazards in the long run. In addition to following the NEC, it is also important to be aware of other safety standards and guidelines that may be applicable to your installation. For example, the National Fire Protection Association (NFPA) publishes a number of standards related to electrical safety. These standards provide detailed information on topics such as electrical wiring, grounding, and overcurrent protection. You can also find helpful information on electrical safety from organizations such as the Electrical Safety Foundation International (SV). SV is a non-profit organization dedicated to promoting electrical safety in the home, workplace, and community. They offer a variety of resources, including safety tips, videos, and educational materials. By taking the time to learn about electrical safety, you can help to prevent accidents and injuries. Remember, electricity is a powerful force that must be treated with respect. Always follow the NEC, use caution when working with electricity, and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. Proper installation of Hihat fixtures in suspended ceilings is not just about aesthetics, it's about safety and code compliance. By understanding the NEC requirements and following best practices, you can ensure a safe and reliable lighting installation that will serve you well for years to come. Furthermore, consider the long-term maintenance of these fixtures. Easy access for bulb replacement or fixture servicing is essential. An improperly installed fixture can make these tasks difficult and potentially dangerous. Planning for future accessibility is a key aspect of a well-designed lighting system. The selection of the Hihat fixture itself is also an important consideration. Choose fixtures that are listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratories UL. This indicates that the fixture has been tested and meets safety standards. Consider the light output and energy efficiency of the fixture. LED fixtures are becoming increasingly popular due to their long lifespan and low energy consumption. Also, ensure the fixture is compatible with the type of dimmer switch you intend to use, if any. Some dimmer switches are not compatible with all types of LED fixtures, which can lead to flickering or other problems. Thinking about the overall lighting design of the room is also important. Consider the placement of the Hihat fixtures to achieve the desired level of illumination and to avoid glare. Using multiple smaller fixtures can often provide a more even and pleasing light than using a few large fixtures. Also, think about the color temperature of the light. Warmer light colors are generally more relaxing, while cooler light colors are more energizing. Choose the color temperature that is appropriate for the intended use of the room. Finally, remember to document your electrical work. Keep a record of the fixtures you installed, the wiring you used, and any other relevant information. This will be helpful for future maintenance and repairs. It is also a good idea to take photos of the installation before closing out the ceiling. This can be useful for troubleshooting problems later on. By following these tips, you can ensure a successful and safe installation of Hihat fixtures in your suspended ceiling. Remember to prioritize safety, follow the NEC, and consult with a qualified electrician if you have any questions or concerns. A well-planned and executed lighting installation can enhance the beauty and functionality of your home for years to come.